Hello, everybody. Welcome to yet another, what do I even call this? I literally don't know. Game chat? Is it game chat? It just said it at the very end. I don't even know. Brady's like, what are you going to call this thing? I'm like, babe, I just talking. Call it talking.
It's our chatty chat time. It's chatty chat time.
Chitty chat.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I think I might have Randy switch that first music. I want something more like a downbeat, like something more aggressive. I might have to switch that. Because I'm weird like that.
One?
I want my beats to be good. The very first one, the starting screen, because that's our longest one, and like it deserves to be cool. It deserves to be cool.
I think they're
anyways,
cool, but man, like those intros are like hot, so good.
They're
like
super sweet. They're super sweet. We actually, the last one with the game toppers, so we were on a live stream last night with Kevin. I cannot say his last name. Just call him Berkey. And he's the maker of the game toppers. So we were on like an hour and a half live thing with him last night, and it was so fun. He's hilarious. I know I've said this before. He looks exactly like my dad, which is so bizarre. And he's just the friendliest guy. So he had us on to talk about the table and how we feel about it. And he's like has this huge like Kickstarter going on right now. And it actually ends in 2 days now. So if you're interested and you want bang for your buck, go check it out right now. But before we get into talking about things, I'm sure you guys are wondering why I'm wearing glasses. I'll get to that in a second. But first, Gloryhound, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Just been really busy. So I feel like we rushed. Like, I rushed in. I was like, set everything up, and I was like, okay, I got time. And then quickly, I'm like, Alexa, what time is it? It's like, you have 5 minutes. I'm like, oh crap.
She's like, girl, get your butt here.
What are you doing right now?
What's
like, I should set up that alarm.
That's hilarious. Yeah, you were usually like, you're the one down here waiting for me. I like to sit upstairs with my kid as long as I possibly can. I have the door open so I can like hear what he's doing. But yeah, usually you're ready and waiting. But today, girl, it's like, where is she? Where is she?
I know. So. I'm usually trying to be super on time and like right there and like early and everything. But yeah, today I was like a mess. And
that's okay.
It's been like that an entire week of mess. Like my phone broke. And I don't know if you know this. If you break your phone, you can't use it. And then you try to get like a new phone. And this is for the iPhones. It is like the hardest thing to get all of your info into the other phone. Yeah, because they want an authentication. And I only have my iPhone as far as a Mac device. And so my authentication is on my phone that I just got. But I can't get into my phone that I just got. So I can't, therefore, get the authentication.
Are you kidding me? It's like, girl, we're going to need that authentication. Also, you ain't getting into your phone. So good luck.
Why?
That's insane. That sounds not cool. I actually just broke my phone, too. I dropped it when we were like in the middle of doing our bathroom or something, which we're not done with it yet. And it just shattered all of the back. It was crazy. It's just,
yeah.
But Randy put tape on it. Put a bunch of clear tape on it, and it was sturdy. I'm like, this is not classy. This is not classy. I had this like taped up phone. I'm like, who cares?
Yeah, no, I've done that. I've done that.
I think everybody's done it. And if you say you did, then it's not true. I want to say good morning to Battle Cry and Nathan. Also, it's not morning. I don't know why I said that. Well, it's morning. It's not morning for me. So if you're
morning-ish. So.
Morning-ish. Yeah.
You say whatever you want. You say whatever.
I'll just say it's morning. You know what? Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Right How's that? Jim Cushman's here, and he's excited because he actually gets to watch us live today.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome.
Like, yeah, that's amazing. Like,
I love it.
Have a great time with us live. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Catching live shows, it doesn't matter who it is. If something's live, I'm like, I want to say hi and talk to people. You could be talking about kitchen sinks, and I'm going to join the conversation.
Yep.
So that's cool. Hello to Chris C., my dear friend, and Panic Nerd Shelves is here. Look at this chat. Is super lively already. I'm so excited. This is excellent. They're talking about Dice Tower Retreat. Have you ever been to the Dice Tower Retreat?
I have not. I
Okay.
wanted to go because I heard that it's really, really nice and it's much more compact and like laid back and stuff. It's not like a huge convention. It's more, I guess, intimate is the word I'm looking for. And it's just so far away because we're in Arizona. So like everything that I go to is so far away, and it costs so much to get there, you know, because flights cross country are so much more. So I'm always so sad by that. I'm like, I want to go to Dice Tower Retreat.
That stinks. I've never been to it. I hear it's just like, if you just want like nonstop gaming in a very condensed, intimate atmosphere, that's the one to go to. I think it's like 200 people. It's like not that big of a thing. Tickets are sold out. I know that. But I think I'm going to go. I actually messaged Tom Vassell and I'm like, if I work for you, can I come? And he's like, yeah, I'll put you to work. You can come. I'm like, yes. So I think I'm going to go. Hello to Melissa McCack. It's been a long time, Melissa. How you doing? Lovely to see you. Giovanni's here. All right, so before we discuss games, I want to tell you guys why the heck I'm wearing glasses. Wait, first of all, how do I get this? How do I get your message off? McCack. Hold on a second. I don't know how to do that. I'll just go like this. I'll put Nathan's message up and then click off. There you go. I'm in Texas. Even other parts of Texas are so far away. In a Texas, far, far away.
Well, Texas is just large anyway, so from one side of Texas to the other side of Texas, that's a big
it's just a big trip. Anywhere you go to Texas is a huge trip. We actually visited Texas a few years ago. It was beautiful. It was so hot. I was like, I'm gonna die. I literally am gonna die.
You're hilarious.
My makeup was all melting off my face. I couldn't handle. Well, I mean, I'm from Wisconsin, and it's like hot for us is like mid-80s, and I'm like,
everything is hot.
Cold. Yeah, it's true. It's so cold here, and I hate it. But then yesterday was like a touch too warm, so I was like, ew, why is it this warm? My friend's like, you were just complaining that it's cold. Shut up. I'm like, it needs to be 72 with a slight breeze and a little bit of clouds for me to be perfectly happy.
Wow, 72 is silly. Like 72,
what's
I'm
like
looking
an
at the
average
heater.
for you?
I'm like, oh, I need to get toasty. Give me some blankets.
Isn't it weird how your body like just adapts? Like humans adapt to environment. That's bizarre to me. It's such an interesting thing. Oh, all right. So let's talk about glasses. First of all, what's this? Okay, so Jim says you look like a boss with the frame choice. So thank you so much. I am going to get LASIK eye surgery. Yes. So I was just telling Gloryhoundd about it before we started. The procedure will be June 4th. And honestly, I was like, if you could fit me in right now, I would do it right now. But we had to wait a little bit. So today was like consultation, checking eyes, making sure eye health is great. They dilated my eyes. And then before I left the appointment, they gave me these little like sunglasses things that tuck behind your glasses. And they're like, okay, drive home. And I'm like, but I can't see. I can't see out of my face. Like how the ever-living heck. So I sat in my car and I'm like, is this safe? Why would they tell me to drive? So I sat there for a couple minutes and I debated calling Randy. Like that's how bad it was. You guys judge me. Yeah. That's fine. I drove home. No. I drove home. Like, I had to get home to my baby. Like, what do you do? So I could not be stranded there. So I drove home and it was incredibly bright, obviously. And I had 2 sets of sunglasses on my face. So I'm driving around with a stack of glasses on, like trying to keep them balanced on my face.
Insane that they were like, here, have some glasses, peace, have fun out on the road.
Peace out, man, hope you don't die. Like, is that normal? I don't know.
I don't think so. I mean,
I have no idea.
I thought whenever you get your eyes dilated, you're not allowed to drive for like X amount of hours or something. I thought that was the case, but maybe like it's new magic dilation now. They're like,
maybe the new magic. It's a Harry Potter dilation.
It's eye magic.
They have a little wand, and they're like, Roro, you can see
dilated.
So yeah, I drove home, and my eyes are still, they're like black. I'm either like possessed right now, or like one of those aliens from that weird show that came out a few years ago where their eyes are just all black. Like I look bizarre, but
now's the time to make a scary video though, okay?
I honestly don't hate it. I'm like, I kind of look good with black eyes. I kind of like that.
I can kind of do this.
Do you have permanent dilation drops or? Oh gosh. Let's see. So this is really interesting. I knew people would have stuff to say. So Giovanni Arbello says, yes, I got LASIK last year and I definitely don't regret it at all. Best decision ever. Just make sure you take a nap ASAP after the surgery because the anesthesia will wear off and it'll hurt for a few hours. That is what they told me. They said, go take a nap. They said, just go take a nap. So I'm like, okay. Do you want me to like buy like chocolate on the way home and like rent a movie and like kick the kids out? Like, is that what, should I also do that?
Yeah. You need somebody to watch the kids and you need chocolate and your popcorn and you need like a nap, and a movie, and
So
that'll make
funny.
you
I
feel
was like,
better. Yeah.
I can do that. So yeah, Randy's
Like, I'm
gonna
writing
take
a
me to the
prescription for
appointment.
that.
Prescription for
Like,
kick your kids out and relax. So we're gonna play a quick little game before we start talking
Okay.
about games. I
Okay.
have you heard of Zenni Optical? Zenni.com. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm obsessed with glasses. I had 5 pairs, one of them are broken, but now I still have 4, and depending on my mood, I switch out glasses. So you guys in the chat get to tell me which pair you like the best. So here's
Oh
these.
my goodness.
They are a thicker frame on top and have a very thin rim on the bottom. They're very like my subtle look. Okay, so
I need you
these.
full screen for this. I need you full
I
screen
know.
for this.
Oh, I can't see. I took them off and I'm like, okay. Let's see if I can figure this. We'll see if I
Okay,
can
there we
figure
go.
this
Okay,
out.
perfect. Thank you.
Okay, so there's these. They're
Very
kind of
nice.
minimalistic-y.
Mhm.
I feel like maybe
They
a
look
librarian. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the word. They're like sophisticated professional. I look like a librarian. Actually, I do have a librarian pair. So there's those.
Okay.
You guys tell me. You rate these. My mama granny, who I love, God rest her soul, had glasses literally exactly like this. Here's these.
Okay, those are cute.
They're a nude, like blushy tone.
Yeah.
Clear acrylic. I feel the most librarian in these. Like when I have my hair in a bun with these, I'm like, give me a stack of books.
I was just gonna say that. I was like, if you put your hair up, total librarian. Yeah, absolutely.
Totally. These are my librarian glasses. Let's see. Someone says, "Oh, hello, Duchess. Nice to see you." Lois Lane.
Look.
Lois Lane. Yeah. I was like, Lewis. That's not Lewis. All right. So that's number 2.
You can write an article with
Who
those.
the heck is Lewis? Yeah, right. These. Oh my gosh. These are my flashback to the 90s.
Okay.
They are tortoise shell.
Yeah.
Metal. Circular. I feel a little Harry Potter-esque in them, but definitely like late 90s, early 2000s. I just feel like I need some mom jeans, which are in style, which is great.
Oh yeah, the high-waisted jeans are totally in style right now. Yeah.
Yep, totally. So there's this pair. Girl next door, Duchess says.
Okay. And we're voting on these, right?
Sure. Why not? Let's make this fun. Let's make this interesting. Chrissy says, I like the blush ones. I do like them, but if I'm not wearing a full face of makeup, I look scary because it's just like this clear thing. So I have to have like dimension and contouring for them to look good. Okay. So these are actually my go-to, and I will tell you why in a second. And there is a legitimate reason. And the last pair, these are my first order from Zenni. They actually have my name, Ellen Rose, in script. Yeah, in script font, in pink. In pink on the side of them.
Adorable.
So there's these.
Those are cute too.
Yeah, so I love them all. Which are your favorite pair?
All right. This is a tough decision.
People are going to be like, why are we talking about this?
So number 1 has specs appeal, says Julio. Your pupils are huge, says Randy.
Oh my gosh. Wait, is Randy actually here?
Oh, yes, he says, babe, your pupils are huge.
Yeah, they're my entire eye is black.
Yeah.
Like this is black. It's crazy looking. I don't know how to navigate
I personally like number 1. I like the first pair of glasses.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. It's
first
like a nice
last
mesh between them being newer with the thicker borders and stuff, but also very light towards the bottom part of your face and stuff. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I like those ones a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I like them too. They're they're very light. They're very light frames. I feel like I'm almost like not wearing anything on my face at all. So, which is a huge one for me. Randy says I like the first or the last. And so these are my last ones.
Yeah.
So.
1 or 4.
And interestingly,
yeah,
they're the same. They're the same
like
shape.
They have the same shape.
That tells me people are liking the shape. But I do have an oval face, so like a squared look is kind of good for oval. So that's cool. So my favorite pair are to wear anytime are these because they sit the furthest off my face, and I have eyelash extensions on.
Oh,
and so
that makes a difference.
And so when I if they're too close to my face and I open my eyes, it's like
they flutter brush it. Yeah.
Exactly. So anyways, there's a fun little game for you guys. 4 pairs of glasses. Am I a psycho? Who knows?
You're not a psycho. I think plenty of people have lots of glasses. I just end up breaking all mine, though. That's the problem. I'm very rough on my stuff.
Do you actually need glasses, or are you?
I do.
Do you have
I wear
vision?
glasses. Oh. I wear glasses all the time. I have the worst vision. Nearsighted, where I can't see far away. It's so bad.
Oh, dang.
Where, if I put my glasses down in an irregular place. I'm never going to be able to find them ever again, like without somebody's help. That's how bad my vision is. So
That's
it's
crazy.
not good. It's not
So
good.
you are nearsighted. What's okay? Wait, nearsighted is you can see close, or you can't see close. You can.
Nearsighted means that you have a hard time seeing far away. It's the opposite on it. So, but I have better than 20/20 vision up close. So for me,
well, dang.
It's really weird. Now I'm like, and this is like such an age telling thing. Now I'm at that age where I have my glasses on and I'm like trying to read something and I'm like, okay, hold on, I just need to take these off. Oh, okay, yeah, I can see that now.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like,
that's
amazing. I'm getting so old.
As soon as you start doing this thing, it's like you've entered into old territory.
Up and down with the glasses. You're like, okay, that's better here. Okay,
You know, I had a moment today where I put my glasses up here while I was like doing paperwork and stuff at the LASIK place, and I'm like, oh my gosh, where are my glasses? And I'm like starting to feel around, and also
I'm like,
oh my gosh, they're on my head. They're on my head. I'm a psycho.
Oh God. Oh no.
Where are they? Where are they? So yeah, that's my story of my glasses today. My eyes are soupy doop dilated, and frankly, I'm probably gonna take a nap after this because I feel cray cray. My eyes are like there's like a halo around everything. So. Jim Cushman says, I'm digging the most. The Lewis Lane look isn't bad with 4, and the librarian look is pretty fun too. Thank you. And I'm trying to figure out, look at Liz Battle Cry says, next week, purses.
Purses, yes. Oh, I just got a new purse too, so I'm down with that. Like, I got a bat wallet. Ooh.
Oh.
Like, where's the doctor at? I'm like, it's in the shape of a coffin. It has a little bat wing on it, and bat wing pops open. It's the most adorable thing ever.
Oh my. Bat wings pop out of it?
Yes, there's a bat wing holding it together. Like, where's the doctor? So I can get my wallet. Doctor.
I was not expecting that.
I need a bat wallet, please. Stat.
He should. Where's that arm from underneath the table?
It's coming.
The one dang time you could have used it.
The poor doctor. He's probably
amazing.
like, oh, these people bothering me with bat wallets.
You know what? I love that we can talk about things like this. Oh, let's see.
Look at those little bat
wings. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Look at this is so cute.
I see what you're saying. I thought it was going to be like a pop-up Hallmark card where the bat comes out when you open it. That's why I was like...
It's in the shape of a little coffin. See? So cute. It's
handmade,
everyone, with love.
That is so you. That is so you. Yes. And for that reason, I love it. I love it. That's great, though.
Says, does it hold shower pizza? It does not hold shower pizza. Shower pizza is for special occasions. Battle cry, okay?
Battle cry. Come on now. I love it. Last week we talked about throw pillows, and you're like, yeah, I got like pizza and snacks all over my bed, and now we're talking about coffin purses. Like, what else are we gonna say? You never just know.
I have the weirdest
You never dang know. I love it so much. I just got a purse too. It's pink. It's just pink because I like pink. Pink and black. Thank you so much for being here, Nerd Shelves. He's got to leave because his adult life is calling.
Oh, see you later,
thank you
Nerd
so much
Shelves.
for being here. Thank you all. All right, let's talk games for a little bit. Why don't you go first?
Cool, because like my bat wallet is like the perfect intro to my very morose selection of games today, okay?
I love it.
First, I want to talk about this really amazing game here. I don't know if all of you have heard of it before. It's I feel like it's been under the radar, but it is one of the most fantastical games. It is called Gloomy Graves. Gloomy Graves is a card-playing game or tile. Gloomy Graves.
Gloomy Graves. I'm going to look it up.
It's essentially you're a grave digger and you're like putting together like dead animals, but they're fairy tale animals, so they're little dragons and dead fairies and like ridiculous stuff. But the gameplay in this is amazing. Like, you would love the gameplay in this. See, everybody's dead. There's dead elves in there. Like,
everybody's dead. They're all dead.
You're trying to match stuff up. So what you're doing is there is a group in the middle that you're trying to build off of right there, okay? And you're trying to match up the colors and create, like, I don't know, 3, 5, 7, whatever matches between the colors in the middle and then your own personal square of 9 that you have. So your constraint on your own is 9, and then out there can get as big as you want. But everybody out there is adding to that, so you get that confrontation with other players where you're trying to build what you have over here and then get the maximum amount of points from what you have and what's in the middle. And once you claim that card, it's claimed, so nobody else can get those points. And there's other people trying to stop you as you're doing that. And of course, there are rules for setting them down whenever you're overlapping and stuff. Like you can, out in the middle, you can only overlap 1, I believe it is. So your grow space gets bigger and bigger, and it's really challenging trying to place those exactly like that. So like you have 2, 4, 6, 7 blue there. And so if you had a good blue run, you would be trying to make that blue in there, but somebody could try to like chop it off and try to cut your points and make you like not get your points. And it's so
that's so interesting. Good. I'm getting like Candy Crush vibes. Is that good? Am I right in saying that or no? Like a Candy Crush thing where you're like attaching colors and like on a grid or no?
Not necessarily Candy Crush, but it does kind of have like that vibe to it where you're trying to group colors to make points. And you kind of have like that same sort of excitement to it, you know?
Okay.
But I really like the ability to change that middle pool there where if somebody's doing really well and you can see them going up to this high point total, you can totally just spend a turn just cutting them off and being like, ha, sucker, you're not getting those points for another round.
So a little bit of take that in there. A little bit of take that.
A little bit.
Oh my gosh. Does anyone actually say, haha, sucker? Because I would get furious.
I do.
Like no one says it
going
to
after
me.
that card. Yeah, no.
I'm the sayer of the thing.
This game, though, it was originally, this is actually a reprint of, I think it was like called Rocosco or Rocoso or something like that.
Okay.
It's a reprint of another game in this very morose theme, and it was so colorful and so cool, and I had already played the previous game, so I knew I liked the mechanics of it. But I was disappointed to see not that many people pick it up and like know about this game because the gameplay is so solid and so fantastic, and like it makes you want to play again. Like after you finish,
that's so
like,
right up your alley too.
Yeah,
that's so cute. You're like, look at my coffin purse. Also, here's a game with dead things.
Yes. I was
also,
like, this is
dead
a perfect ad.
Now, would you say it seems like a light game? Is it a light game? It seems light.
It is light in learning, strategic in depth. Because it's very, very strategic in depth where you can teach this very easily to anybody, you know, non-gamers, gamers, kids, whatever. And then when you play it and you realize everything that's going on between all the different pools and stuff, you're like, there's so many ways to like manipulate this and do this and that, manipulate my own stuff and build off of things. So, and I love games like that. Those are my favorite types of games. Games you can teach very, very quickly and that have so much strategic depth that you can throw anybody into it, but those hardcore gamers are going to be fanatics about this.
Yeah, they're going to exploit that. I love that. That's really cool. I mean, the theme for me, I'm like, I'd rather them be live fairies, but...
Yeah. Well...
Oh my gosh. But the game itself sounds really interesting. Panic says, I've always wanted to be a fantasy undertaker. So there you go. Play this game and maybe you'll feel like one.
Oh, Steven says, oh no, it's below a 7 rating on BGG. It can't possibly be good. It might be. I have the feeling it might be the theme that maybe is putting people off, which I loved the theme. I thought it was hilarious. Yeah. The other theme that it came in, which was overseas, was Fields of Flowers. So you were you were like a farmer and there was like little fields of flowers and you're trying to get all the same groupings of flower fields. And I was like, oh, every game is like a farming sort of looking game, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought it was unique. Yeah, when they moved it to this sort of theme. But I don't know if everybody caught it because it has a giant dead dragon on the front with the Undertaker. So.
Oh my gosh, Nathan's like, I'm too sad to do death games. Oh my gosh. Maybe, what is this one called? Gloomy Graves?
Gloomy Graves. I wish
Maybe
I would have remembered.
Called Happy Houses, then he would like it more. Happy Homes.
I wish I would have remembered the original game. I think it does start with an R. I think it is Rocoso. Ricoso or something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it up for everybody now and leave it in the
Interesting. So
comments.
those are are those like wood? Not wood, like cardboard tiles, or those little cards? I couldn't tell.
They're
From the
little
pictures.
cards, but
Okay.
they're like all that elongated shape there, like this.
Oh, I
so.
see. Okay. Oh, it's got a little domino vibe to that.
It
Okay.
does. It does. Yeah, it has definitely has a domino vibe on it
That's
and
really
everything.
cool.
But it is hilarious.
I love that.
That's my game. You all should pick it up.
That's your game.
Like, I'm not disappointed. Super, super good. You guys are gonna love it.
Steven Seitz says, I dig the theme and would love to try it. So that's really cool. You know what? That's a really, I like that. You always play, I mean, do not take this offensively. I think it's amazing. The weirdest games. Like when we come on to the show, I've heard like of none of the games that you're telling me about, which is awesome. So the people in the chat are getting to see stuff that I don't think a lot of people are hearing about. The games that I play, everybody's heard of them. Everybody's heard of them. But
yeah, we like playing weird stuff. It's like I'm always looking for that next find of things. You know, I always want to introduce people to something new, and that's exciting for me with board games. So
I think that's great. Yeah, I love it. And people are here for that. I mean, they want to know what's out there that they're missing. So Omar says, dang, I'm late again. Hello all. It's okay. We just started. Like we've been gabbing. Go watch the beginning of the show.
Yeah. Talking about glasses, purses, all sorts of stuff. So you're right in time.
We were doing a thing. We were doing a thing. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to talk about the game that we played last night. That I won. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to brag or nothing. It's just what happened.
I would have like a party popper.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. And actually, the awesome thing about it is like we figured out that I actually had an extra card that I was able to play that like had me win, but then when we went back and recounted with that card out, I still won on like 2 tiebreakers. So it was pretty epic. I was very smiley. Let me tell you what the game is. I'm just gonna show you because it's still here from yesterday. I know everybody's heard of this one.
Oh, Chai.
Have you played this?
I have. I like the little tile system that they have going on where it feels very Candy Crush-ish with the tiles.
Yeah.
Yep. Get them together and you can take all of them. Ooh, it feels so good.
I love that. So we were actually sent Chai the prototype like 2-3 years ago, and it was when we were kind of new into reviewing. So we were actually out of town, and while we were out of town, we got our prototype delivered, but it was in like the front porch, and it was a torrential downpour for like the entire time that we were gone. Yeah. So we were trying to call people and be like, go to our house and pick this game up because it's gonna get destroyed. So we opened it, and I mean, I wouldn't call it destroyed, but it was soggy. Yeah. It was breakfast cereal soggy. Where you're like, dang, I took too long to eat this. The market board was kind of warbled, and I was like, I'm so sorry. And I felt bad because like it would have been bad if anything got wet, but it was their prototype. So I was like, for Pete Sampras. I am gonna try to look up a couple pictures, so bear with me because I'm still not fast at this. Okay, Chai.
Chai is so much fun.
2019.
They have the Kickstarter edition that has all those like little cups in it. I don't know if it's all the editions, but they have like plastic cups and metal coins and like all sorts of amazing stuff.
That's what this is. This is the and look at this. Look at these people. They're so friggin' nice.
Adorable.
These are
and they have a baby on the way. They have a baby on the way.
I just heard that.
Oh my God,
I heard that last night.
Right?
I know. I was so excited. I was so thrilled. But okay, so in this game, look at that art. I mean,
so
go home and write somebody about that. It's incredible. So in this game, you are selling chai to customers. You're running a little shop. So there are cards that are laid out in front of you. First of all, can you see everything? Because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So there's cards that are laid out in front of you. These are the customer cards. And as you can see down here, this person, in order to fulfill their order, you have to have 2 like berry tiles. And I think this is the spices little chit there. So in order to fulfill that order, you have to go to the market and buy these ingredients. You need to go to the pantry, which is like a separate action. So you're taking these actions in order to fulfill these drinks that these people want. So when you fulfill the order, you take the card into your hand. This has a 7 right there on the cup, so you would get 7 points at the end of the game. And you take all those ingredients plus your little tea leaf that is your player color, and you put it into one of these precious cups. And I really want to find a picture of the cups.
Yeah.
At the end, when all those little leaves are gone, your little tea leaves, the game is over. And you actually track the game with this adorable little like score right here. This is like a round tracker. It's like Celsius, and it's like a temperature gauge for milk steaming. Yeah, look at that. So this game is absolutely adorable. We have actually the mat too, which I want to show you because it is precious in feel.
The theme in this game is so cute and like perfect.
Yeah.
They did a fantastic job tying in the art with this game and then all of the components to make the theme and everything just flow so perfectly in this game. It's so cute.
Isn't that beautiful?
It makes you want to take like a little walk down the street and play a game. I want to play a game at one of those picnic tables.
Yeah, I know. Why can't I be you? I want to be in your world. It's absolutely adorable. It's really like it's a light game. Like I'm not going to sit here and be like, there's a ton of strategy to it. It's a light game, but because of how dang charming it is, and because of the cleverness of the market, if you go to the market, whatever ingredient is following in whatever column is how much money you need to pay to like gain access to those ingredients. But as soon as you take them out of the grid, out of the market, everything else slides down. And so that is how it's like Candy Crush, because when an ingredient's touching another ingredient that is the same, you can buy it and get as many that you have access to. So it's such a delight. They're such sweet people. They actually sent us Chai 2, Tea for 2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was so cute. They included like a first player token and a little why am I just doing this? Here we go. And like a little pin and tea bags. Like they're just extra. They're just so extra, and it's adorable.
Right? And it's
yeah.
I love it whenever game companies do that sort of stuff because you really can feel that they have like their heart behind this game, you know? Like they have everything behind this game and they want to make an experience for you, not just something that you take off a shelf and play. Like the whole game is an experience when you're playing it.
And that something is just really so cool, fun. It is an experience with it. It's so dang cozy. Somebody mentioned last night how they really appreciate the inclusivity of like the different kinds of people in it. And like the demographics of the people are amazing. It's not only just that, like the different people they include, but what they're doing. Like there'll be there's actually Rodney Smith is like rowing his little canoe down the river. So she copied like cards have like celebrities, people that she knows, really good friends. And then there's like the extra 20% of just like people, but they're doing fun things like activities. So these are your customers. These are like the people who come in, and then it's just cute. You can get tips, and it's just I appreciate the heck out of it. It's adorable. So
I love Giovanni here. I cannot wait to try the game out.
Yeah. Oh my. So after our live stream last night, we started going on a pun train, and everybody was like punning it up. It was so cool. So Randy actually looked up like the top tea puns that are out there, and they were really lame. Our chat was way cooler than those lame. Yeah, they were not good. I was like, no, come up with something better. This is embarrassing.
And
let's see here. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that. Clyde also says that their new one, Chai for Tea for 2, is on Kickstarter right now. So that's a good place to check that out and probably get the game too. I bet they offer their original game in there too, probably.
I thought I heard that they were doing another Kickstarter for the first one.
Yeah.
Am I mistaken? I think that they ran through a Kickstarter and then they started it again. I know there's some people still waiting on like their copies and things like that. But it's and I think it plays really well too. It does play better at 3 and 4. It just does. Because there's more people out there who are buying up those customer cards. So really the angst and like I need to get to the market first and buy all those ingredients before other people, like that's way more prevalent in like 3 or 4 players. But it's an adorable game. Hi, Dutch Yoda, how you doing? Anyway, so that's what we played last night that I won.
It's such a fun game. And you won it, and it's even better that way. You're like, I will always play this game forever now.
Forever? This is my favorite game forever.
Or do you feel like now that you won a game, like this is a good question for everybody. If you win a game like hardcore, do you then never play that game ever again and like continually call yourself like the ever only winner of that game? Or do you go back and go, yeah, I can beat you at this game like every time now. Like, let's do this.
How do you feel about that? What do you do? Is that how you are?
That's a tough question. I was asking you. I wasn't asking myself.
Oh my gosh. As you were asking me, I'm like, oh, should I stop while I'm ahead and just be like, well, nope, I won. We're done here. I'm done
It's all
here.
good. We're never going to play this game again. I beat you so badly.
Oh my gosh. I had a situation like that where I played Lorenzo Il Magnifico, which is a fantastic game. Oh my gosh, it's Euro deliciousness. I played it in a group. I told you about this already, but there was a young guy there who was literally making fun of my gameplay to my face. Like he was sitting right next to me and he was
You
making
didn't
fun
tell
of me.
me this story. I would have.
It was really,
Ooh,
yeah,
get
it was one of
angry.
those situations though where you're like, are they, I think maybe he's a little socially awkward because I just feel like that's so rude. Like how can you not understand that that's so rude? Like he's like, I think your strategy is not good at all. Like he was so blatant. I'm just like, so
I think
anyways,
your attitude is not good either, but I'm not saying
Yeah.
anything over here. So.
you're icky.
Yeah.
And you don't know what you're doing. So not only did I beat everybody, I
Yes.
doubled his score. I doubled his
Yes.
score.
Oh, that feels
Yeah,
so
I was
good.
like, I gotta go now, guys. I gotta roast in the oven. It was a pretty epic moment. Not gonna lie. And we left after that. And it was like a mic drop moment that I was so proud of. Guess how many times I've won that game after?
0? Yeah. It was all in your cards that day. It was like the power of like that person like being insulting, which like powered you through that game. You're like, oh no, oh no.
I actually, as he was insulting me, like I felt the clouds lift from my mind, and I became so laser focused. And I'm like, I'm gonna kill this kid. I'm going to crush him, and I doubled his score. And I beat everybody at the table. But he was sitting there, like literally saying, "Oh, what did he say?" He goes,
Oh
"I
my
think I think you're not utilizing your stuff to your best ability," is what he told me in the middle of the game. And I'm like, "Oh, have you played this before?" And he's like, "No." I was like,
wow.
"Mama, gotta put you in your place, son."
Wow.
Yeah. Panic says, "I just need rage to win. That's all. I just need a little rage.
Yeah,
I'm like the Hulk.
The heat builds up within you, and then it just
Make me mad and see
carries
what
out in your
happens."
gameplay. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Anyways.
Wow. That, oh my gosh, I cannot, I mean, it happens. And I've been part of that too, you know, like where that sort of stuff happens, but it just makes me so much more upset when it happens to like one of my friends. I'm like, I would have wrecked that person at the table for you. I would have come in there and been like, excuse me, sir, you got to leave.
It was, excuse me, sir. We need to have a talk outside.
Excuse me, sir. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Randy was there too. I feel like Randy was sitting right next to me. I don't remember what he said though. I think he was just like,
that's why
I don't even remember.
Randy probably had dagger eyes then across the table.
Like,
that's why Randy lost his game. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Randy lost his focus. Randy was giving me all of his focus.
That's right.
Synapses.
Right.
Oh, anyway,
goodness.
so do you have that yourself, Gloryhound, where when you win a game epically and you're like, we're done here?
Sometimes. So here's the thing. If it's a game that I just win epically, I'm like, yeah, okay, you know, we'll replay it again, whatever. I'm okay to replay it. But if I've lost that game tons of times and then I come out with like this epic win at some point, after that I can never play the game again. Like, because I know the next whatever times, I may not be as lucky, but I won it that one time. And it was the last time, and you will remember that last time for the rest of your life.
You guys will remember the last time. I don't hate that. I'm not going to sit here and blame you. I kind of get it. Like, oh my gosh. Steven says, Lorenzo. Yeah, that game is so good.
It's because, like, you've been defeated all that time up until there, and then that one win feels so good. Like, I don't know if I have, like, the strength to carry on and play again.
Yeah. Quit while you're ahead, says Panic. I have, and it's kind of like, oh, it's bad because if there's other people that really want to play it again or have a chance to, like, see if they can win, it's like, nope. It's like, I'm going to take my ball and go home.
I got to make snacks right now. I'll be back, everyone. So
yeah,
you guys go and play without me. You play without me. It's fine. It's fine.
Be back when the game's over. So there's that. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I've never even come close to winning Lorenzo again. Like, it ain't in the cards. But I had that one epic win, and I've told that story probably 30 times, and I will tell it to the day that I die. I want it on my tombstone. There was this kid at a con, and he made fun of me. That's going to be on my tombstone.
It's so satisfying whenever that happens. I would play tournaments a lot, and whenever I would go into like a tournament for like Attack Wing or something like that, or was it X-Wing? X-Wing was one I would play a lot too. And I would immediately get judged like, oh, like, this is gonna be an easy win. Like, it's just this girl over here and stuff. I'd be like, oh yeah, there's this girl. Oh, I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh, help me out. And then like at the end, you just defeat them, and you're like, yeah. So see you later.
So there's that.
Yeah.
See you later,
over
suckers.
to the winner's table. It feels so good, but yeah, it really sucks that has to happen in games. Like,
yeah, it does. It's very easy for, I feel like, girls to get judged in that scenario. Like, it's crazy. I honestly feel like I see less of it now. There's a lot of horror stories of girls going in and being like judged or written off or whatever. I have been very fortunate to not come across too many people that have done that to me, which is a huge blessing. But I know it's out there. Like, absolutely. Maybe it's just that I don't go to a ton of cons. Like, I don't know what that is. But
I don't think it's that. I think it's too like who you end up playing with, because I know in tournament stuff and everything that when you get to that level where you're just playing lots of tournament play for whatever game it is, that seems to go up. You know, like if you're just hanging out at board game night, it's much better. Like you have a more collective experience. Everybody's hanging out together. You're playing games. But whenever you start getting to tournaments, if you're a woman or a kid, you get judged very ferociously on what you're doing and walked through and told what you're doing and stuff like that.
In the tournament setting, I feel like people are already going in with the mindset of I have to crush everyone in a tournament setting. Like, that's why you're there. You're there to like win, and so you have this different like persona about you. So I feel like that's asking for that kind of situation. Not that I'm like justifying it, but I feel like that's kind of why that would happen. Nathan says, I mic dropped when I finally came within 10 points of the easy AI's score in Paladins on the West Kingdom. I love that. That's a great mic drop. I love that. That game is hard. Paladins is so hard.
But after that,
have
Nathan,
you played it?
Yes, I have. After that, though, Nathan, did you ever play again? You're like, boom. Like, that was it. That was all I got. That
would make sense, because there's nobody there to like miss out on playing.
Paladins is hard to play. Like, that one's good.
That one burns my brain. Nathan says, I try to play only co-op games with girls and guys, especially after my mom just tan my hide on Quacks. We were just talking about Quacks. I feel like that is like dare I say it, an evergreen. I feel like that game ain't going nowhere. I really do. Everyone I talk to loves it. There is that occasional person that is just like, because they don't like push your luck or whatever. But I just isn't it getting reprinted, and now there's another expansion coming out? I feel like it's going to be around forever.
Probably.
Gloryhound's like, ooh.
I'm like, I don't really like Quacks. So I'm like that one person. I'm like, yes.
I love it.
Yes, I don't like Quacks. I'm so sorry. I'm so ashamed.
Yeah, that's right. That's
right.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Well, this is what's great about our show is you and I don't like a lot of the same things, but it's cool.
Yeah,
I like to talk about it anyway.
Well, you get exposed to so many other things because of that, which I think is so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I have one question before I ask about your next game. You have been around doing board game like stuff. What is the word? Content for a long time, and I feel like you're a bigger name. Like, I remember seeing you at a convention. I knew exactly who you were. Like, because you're like a celebrity.
Aww.
Are you in any board games? Like, are you a character in any games?
Let's see here. I think I'm only in Tangled Timelines, I think and that's probably one that you don't know as much about. Like, maybe it was a smaller print run sort of game, and it was like a trick-taking sort of game, and it was really fun. It was very cute, but I ended up being in that one. But no, I don't think I've been in many games that I can think of.
Okay.
Yeah.
It came up yesterday because of Chai. Like I said, 80% of the people in there are either her good friends and family, other content creators, things like that. And I'm like, I want to be in a game.
It's so much fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, come on, somebody put me in a game. So Glenn Drover, I don't know if I told you this. Glenn Drover came over.
Yeah.
And brought Mosaic, the game he's working on. Did we talk about that last week?
You did. And you were like, I gotta go. Glenn is here. Like,
yeah, that's right. That was last week. Yeah. So, which is going to be such an epic game. That game is going to be so good. I can't wait to play like it. It's really cool. But I told him like everybody in his character card was a person that he knew, and I'm like, I want to be in there. And Randy's like, babe, I'm like, I don't care.
No, you demand it. You're like, I want to be in
game.
there because I want to be in a game. Yeah,
I just want to be in a game. That's all I want to do. Battlecry says, Gloryhound can't be the traitor in Quacks.
That's
the other
true.
reason you
Yeah.
don't like
So that's
flags.
why I
You
don't
can't
like
be
the game. I
traitor.
can't do it. I mean,
She can't be the traitor. She's got to be
Yeah.
the traitor. If it's a game without a traitor, she don't want to play it.
No, I love having different content creators and stuff like that in games because it's so much fun to just see what they do with that creator
Totally.
and the art and everything evolved with that. Like,
Yep.
what was it? There was one that I saw where they had like little houses and stuff like that, and one of them was like the little tantrum house, and it's like a tantrum house tavern or something like that. I was
so
like, oh my
cute.
gosh, it's their little house.
That is so cute. I love that.
That stuff is so much fun. Yeah, it's so much fun to pick out in there, you know?
And it's awesome seeing like parodies also in games too, even if it's not someone you like know, but parodies of characters like Clank and Space has got all the, you recognize people as you go on. And I just think that's so cool. So whoever's out there watching this, if you need a character for your game, I'm it.
You're like, please, 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 let me. I'll do it.
Make me so cool. I want to do it. It's going to be awesome. All right. Have you played anything else this week?
Yes, I have.
All right.
Another very morose game.
Okay.
That's my theme this weekend. I picked both of them out and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to talk about death all day today. So we have Chronicles of Crime 1400. Oh. So I've played through the first Chronicles of Crime series, and I think I played almost every single game that was in there. I think I missed out on the person who wrote the Vampire the Masquerade sort of style one.
Okay.
And like the Alice in Wonderland, they were like special buys that you had to do. But I played like all of those, okay? So I was excited to get the newer games in and see all the cool stuff that they had to offer because this one has a cute little pupper in it. See, it has the little pupper right here.
Got a little puppy. Got a little tiny puppy in it.
He follows you around and he helps you out and find clues and stuff like that.
Really?
And I really love seeing the different stuff that they're bringing to this series because it's a murder mystery game. Every murder mystery is different, but the unique things that they're adding to each series is so much fun, you know?
That's awesome.
Like in their Noir one, I know,
this.
right? Like in their Noir
cool.
one, you were able to like intimidate people and like just kind of solve the mystery differently. And in this one is the same case. You get to solve the mystery differently. And it's almost like unexpected because you have to problem solve in a different way for each different box. And I really, really love that. Yes. I had so much fun with this game. So
do you like this one or the first Chronicles of Crime better? Or I guess there's 1900 too. Which one do you like? It looks like there's a bunch of them. I didn't know that. I thought there was only 2.
That's really hard. No, there's a ton of them. So there's Chronicles of Crime. There's Chronicles of Crime Noir. There's the Red View. There's the newest ones that came out, which is 1400, 1900, and 2400, which is not yet out. And all of them are completely different, like, as far as the style of story that you're going through and everything.
Okay.
And I love the, like, are you a crime-solving sort of game-playing person? Like, do you like solving crimes?
You know what? I'm liking it more and more. And actually, if I suck at it, like deducing I'm terrible. But if there's any game that stands out to me as a like crime-solving game, Chronicles of Crime would be my favorite by far.
Okay, so you've played
so dang clever.
The original game then, have you?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
The twists and turns that are in 1400, I feel like they've really leveled up like their storytelling in it because I feel like in the original Chronicles of Crime, I'm always like, oh, this person's shady. Oh, that person's shady. Oh, this seems suspicious over here. And with this one here, I played it with my mom for Mother's Day on a stream, which was amazing. It was so much fun. And they got me. They freaking got me. The whole time, I'm making all these accusations about people and stuff. At the end, I'm like, oh, I'm such a bad person. I made bad accusations about people. Like, I'm so bad. I'm like,
here they are just trying to live their life. I'm accusing them of things.
I would have been the worst person ever for this case. Like, putting people in jail that don't even deserve to be there. Like, all sorts of stuff. And
just stick to content creating. Don't become a detective. How about that?
No. Yeah, definitely not a detective.
Just don't do that. That's all we ask.
But I really appreciate the way that they've reinvented each box and that they are not only telling a new and unique story, but they're also giving you different ways to solve those crimes and different ways. So it's not the same thing. You're not always solving the crimes in the same way. Like A leads to B and B leads to C. No, now I have these new tactics that I have to involve in this. And I could have easily missed something. Like, luckily our chat was so on top of it. And they're like, ooh, make the dog smell this. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't even think of that. Like, I'm doing that.
So
and
cool. Oh,
Kat
that's
was
so
able to help us
cool.
out.
Like
Yeah.
having even the dog. I think that is really cool. Have the dog sniff it. That's really neat.
Yes, right?
Does it do
Yes.
technology too? Are you using your phone like the first one? Does it
Yep.
work the same? I saw
Absolutely.
QR code, so I'm assuming. Okay.
It works exactly the same as far as you scanning things and everything. And
Okay.
then the dog ad in this one, I think, is probably the biggest part in this one here, because you can get something from a crime scene and make your dog smell it, and then you might not know fully who owns that item, where it comes from, or anything like that, and then your dog's going to lead you to this location. You're going to be like, oh,
That's so cool.
Like, now I'm in this new place and I have this thing. Now I get to figure out what all this thing is all about. So you might have thought, oh, this is a bonnet from this person. And you find out, oh, no, this is actually this guy's thing that he wears around his
bonnet.
neck. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, this is the wrong lead. This is not what I was thinking.
Oh, that's really cool. Honestly, like technology in games, it's a whole thing, right? Like people hate it, they love it. I don't know. I don't care as long as it's fun, like whatever. Chronicles of Crime, I can't speak to this one because obviously I haven't played it, but I think it is the coolest integration of technology. I love looking through the room and just kind of doing this and like seeing if you spot any clues. I love using the QR. I love just the vibe and atmosphere that it brings to it. So I would love to try this 1400 one just because I'm obsessed with like that time period. I love anything Tudor. I love anything Georgian. I have these very specific periods that I just absolutely love. So, I really want to get my mitts on this one.
Yes, you need to try it. It was so good.
Yeah.
And I really love how they're also, like, as time has gone on. So when Chronicles of Crime first came out, we didn't have like a smart TV or anything like that. So it was always like, I was always frustrated because I was like, like I want to look at this and you want to look at that and the crime scene and like there's so much passing around. Now they have it where you can share it to another person's phone so you can look together, or you can put it up on a TV and you see everything out there. Everybody can read this stuff. Like,
that's so cool.
Yeah, it's even more integrated now, and I love that so much because the experience is just becoming better and better as time goes on. And that's not always the case with crime-solving games, you know? So it's so exciting. So it's
okay, so this is really interesting. Chrissy says, Chronicles makes me feel like I'm a cashier scanning items at a store. I just couldn't get into it. I get that, and I've actually heard that from people who are like, just the scanning seems too, like when you're
let's talk to Bob. What does Bob have to say? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I actually can see that. Like, I won't look at this game and be like, it's so fun. I don't understand how you could feel that way. I get it. And actually, I love that you're saying that the integration is better and they make it now where you can pass the image around from phone to phone, because that was one thing that was very annoying. Okay, it's my turn. You're literally sitting there for like 4 solid minutes just so everyone can look at it. That's annoying. Fix your problem. Sounds like they did. That's awesome.
And they fixed it, and it's amazing. And, you know, I recommend Chrissy. It was Chrissy, right? So if you don't like scanning it in, have somebody control that scanning portion and basically like facilitate the game, and then use those other items. Have it up on your TV so everybody can see what's happening. You know,
That's
like
really
make it more
smart,
of like a communal sort of thing, because the game is so much fun with the storytelling aspect and figuring out those crimes and stuff like that. It was it's just so much fun. Yeah, and like I said, better and better because of technology, you know?
I love it. Panic says, might Chronicles of Crime be a co-op that Ellen likes? It actually is. So if you are in the chat and you know me decently, you know that I do not like co-op games. Don't tell me what to do. Back off. But this is one that I love, and I think it's because of the technology. I think that is exciting to be a part of. And I love scanning the things, and I don't know. I think it's cool. I'd love to try the 1400 one. Yeah, I do love this one, Panic. Yeah. And I am not a co-op girl. Also, I want to say hi to Tails. Tails is here. I think that's Justin. Did I get your name right? And also, Legends DM said hello earlier, and I forgot to say hello. So hello. They also say Chronicles of Crime 1400 was in Barnes and Noble recently.
Nice.
That's cool. Like, I didn't know that would be a Barnes and Noble game. Yeah.
Ooh, they're sending everything towards Barnes and Noble, like
are they really?
Targets and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I was looking in Target yesterday, and I saw a Warhammer-based game, which you still had to put the pieces together. Like, come on, Games Workshop. Why would you put something in Target where you're still putting minis together? Games Workshop.
Oh,
5 minis. You couldn't build those yourself.
I mean, you know what? The audacity. That actually is crazy though. Like, step it up. Step it up.
For a game that you're giving to a mass market, and then you're like, assemble your own miniatures. Like, no.
If you want to get people into board gaming, that's not going to do it. Making people put together their own game, like that's not going to do it.
That's the reason that game was on clearance, okay?
It deserved it.
Right? And then we saw, what was it, Pandemic North America, which looked like, and this is a really interesting thing, they're breaking games down to like these miniaturized sort of things where it's like not a full pandemic across the world, it's just like, I think it's like North America, like only. And I was like,
cool.
Oh, so like a tiny pandemic?
a mini pandemic.
Like,
it's for people who love minis. It is kind of cool. Yeah. The reason I think it's kind of cool is because they would take an area and zoom in on it, and you get to see more of that area. So that part's kind of cool. But I hear you. I hear you on that. This is just a mini one. It's a cute little one.
It's a tiny pandemic. It's fine.
Oh my gosh. Babble the Great. Hello, welcome, and no, you did not miss a stream. We are talking schmo-schmocking today, so you did not miss anything. Okay, this is interesting. Omar says, side question. So if telling
you want to do a problem in a co-op game, do you like Spirit Island?
Okay. I saw Spirit Island and I knew I wanted to click that. A friend brought that game over. We set it up. I went into it with much trepidation because co-op, and it felt so co-op-y. I did not like it at all. I didn't like anything about it. In fact, towards the end of it, I was like kind of feeling anxious. Like I really wanted to just kind of be done. So I was like, what should I do, guys? But I didn't want to be rude, because they bring this game and everyone's excited. But I was just kind of like, I don't like it.
You wouldn't like it, yeah.
I mean, people say that it feels not co-op-y because your individual character has so many things that you can like, that are very unique to you that only you can do. So it's like, feels more, I'm making this decision because it's my character. I didn't get that. I feel like there was a lot of leaning over the table and like, Ellen, you should. I was like, fine, put me wherever you want.
Yeah, I was gonna say Spirit Island. Yeah, I would not recommend as a co-op game for you because it can, even though everybody's playing a separate character, and you kind of have to know what that character does.
Yeah,
it has a lot of really, really challenging, like gameplay questions in it, and where you're moving your figures and working together with other people. And whenever you have to work that closely together with people, it can get very quickly like, oh, why don't you just do this? And almost like the less hands-off on a co-op game is probably better for you because,
Yeah, absolutely. Which I feel like Chronicles is that in a way. Because, like, I can just be, hey, give me the phone real quick. I want to scan something. I'm thinking of something. Like, it feels like I'm contributing, but I also have something going on in my mind that someone else might not be thinking of. Where Spirit Island is you talk out everyone's turn very much, and there's a lot of dialogue and things to read depending on what you're doing. Like, it's just, I can't. Sorry.
Yeah, Chronicles Prime is much more free frame where you're like, oh, what about this? Oh, what about that? And you're all kind of just passing ideas between each other as opposed to like a very technical gameplay. Spirit Island is insanely technical. I don't know how many times I've lost that game, but it is tough, okay?
Yeah. Really tough. People like, I guess it's very hard to beat, and you have to be very you have to very much know the cards very well and like every little avenue that they can do, otherwise like there's not a good chance for you to win, which is fine, but I don't know. Duchess said I picked up Chronicles of Crime. Welcome to Redview for $10.
Good for you. Like super good for you. What a deal.
Where are you shopping?
Where was that at? Yeah, where was that at?
Yeah. I know. We're like, is the deal still going on? Or?
Yeah, hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Give us hilarious. The deets on it.
Yeah, give us the deets, man. Let's see. Speaking of co-ops, Nathan said Pandemic Rapid Response was the first game stream I watched the Kirby's play. Have you played that, Gloryhound?
No, we haven't played Rapid Response. No, we haven't.
Okay. So we played Pandemic, and I kind of OD'd on it. I was like, I'm done. And then we actually got the Legacy game and played like 3 rounds of it, and I was like, I need to feel the satisfaction of completing something, an ongoing thing. I have no
Can't do
I would
this.
make a really bad detective because I'd be like,
Can't do
Ellen, you need to
this.
solve this crime. And I'd be like, it's been a year. I'm done. And you're like, but the case isn't done yet. I'm over it. But then we got the rapid response, which is a real-time game. That is stinking fun. I had a blast with it. I love real-time. I'm finding more and more, and it's so well done. I think it was a blast. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we kind of burnt ourselves out on Pandemic as well because we played season 1 all the way through and we played season 2 all the way through. And then after all that, I'm like, I don't even want to play Pandemic, like the original game series, like at all anymore because there's not this amazing story and all this other stuff. And I don't get to play stickers. I'm like, I don't even want to play it anymore. I'm just not playing it. Never again.
Like, I'm going to chuck my pen. Like, I don't even, that's how little I want to play this.
I don't want that in my life anymore, okay? Unless it's got some sort of legacy timeline associated with it.
Yeah, but you are a very story-driven player. Like, you absolutely thrive on that. So that makes sense, totally. I mean, Pandemic is this, you're doing the same thing. And when it's compared to Legacy, where it's like a story involved, I can see how you would gravitate towards that. Babel Gray says, I think Ellen would like Pandemic-style game where she was the virus.
I want to play that game.
That I would play. I would go destroy people, yes. I would be a virus.
Oh, this island is mine.
Oh my gosh.
I want to play that game.
Yeah, I know. What is that game? Someone tell me. Bad Wolf says, how do you feel about games that are like, what does that say?
1v4. I love them.
What does that mean?
So a 1 versus many game where you would play like maybe a bad guy in a game and facilitate the game for everybody and then everybody
like
else is playing against you. Yeah, exactly. Like a Pandemic virus game.
Okay.
Yeah. I love being the bad guy in games so much, Ellen. Like, I just want to crush everybody at the table so hard.
Why can I see that?
I want to be like,
why can I see that? Purple coffins for everyone.
Yes. And plus, I like being able to facilitate a game for everybody because I enjoy showing games to people and demoing games and having people feel the excitement of that. And what better way to have a group gang up on you and have this camaraderie among them and to be able to facilitate that experience for a group. I think that is the most fun that you could have. So, I mean, that's twofold for me. It's one of my favorite ways to play a game, you know?
I bet that's so satisfying, too, to have people around the table, like, enjoying this awesome experience that you're giving to them and just playing that role. That does sound really... Really, really fun. Tail says, yeah, you're unique spirits, but you absolutely have to synergize to succeed. Yeah, that's a really good way to put it. And synergize is a whole bunch of meaning behind that little old word because it's really looking at all the avenues of what you can do and putting it together in the best way. So in that, because of that, and it's co-op, I'm just like, I can't. Yeah. I don't want to do that. I want to answer this question here. Duchess says, Ellen, what do you think of the crew? All right, this is a great question. It's sitting right there. So we played it, and I was like, no, ma'am. No, sir. I'm good. But then we played it again, and I was like, oh, wait a minute.
It's like the first time you're like, and the second time you're like, wait a second, I got
Wait a second. Yeah, it was kind of a Railroad Ink moment where I was like, I wrote it off right away, and I was like, it's fine. But then I thought about it, played again, and I was like, yeah, no, that's good. That's good. So the crew, it's not some mind-boggling, game. Like, when it came out, I could not believe the amount of jizz jazz it was getting. People were like, have you heard of the crew? I'm just like, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. But after playing it again a couple more times, it is really fun to sit there and work out who has what and to use your little, hidden clue, I guess, or your little message that you bleep out there for the, for other players to see. It's kind of unique. Yeah, I do like it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you like it? Have you played it?
Oh yeah, we love trick-taking games in general. So when we saw the crew was there, and of course it has a story associated with it as you're going through and different things are happening, so you can kind of build off of that sort of thing. And it was so much fun to play. Like, I would play it more if we had more people to play with. I would. It's so much fun.
Yeah. It is a really cool game, and I feel like it's, you know what though, I was just gonna say it's super easy to learn, but if you're not used to trick taking, because I feel like trick taking games are can be really trippy depending on what it is going on. This one adds another layer to it where it's kind of like
it does.
It's a little confusing to figure out.
I've seen a lot of people have the exact same experience as you, where that first
Really?
playthrough, they're like, what is this? I don't get what's going on. And then by the second playthrough, they're like, oh, it does. It dawns on people. And they're like, oh, now I get everything that's happening in this game. Because for some reason, that first playthrough, because you're teaching people, this is a trick-taking game. And then you're like, oh, wait, but there's all this other stuff happening that you have to worry about. And until you see that playthrough, it's really hard to get the entirety of the game across to somebody. So, yeah, there's a lot of people with that same experience out there.
Giovanni says, it's funny Ellen likes real-time co-op and not regular co-op. I feel like alpha gaming comes out so much more on the real-time co-op. That's really interesting.
What?
I don't think so. I don't think so because in real-time, it's too fast. You can't sit there and overanalyze someone else's turn. It's just like, wait, what are you doing? And then you just do it. And it just happens. And I kind of like that risk where you just
whatever
do something.
happens. Yeah. Like, there's nothing you can do. Like absolutely. I feel like it doesn't come out as much. Unless you have somebody like, how is somebody keeping track of all those turns happening in the middle of a real-time game? Like,
are you a freak? What's happening here? I will say there is one real-time game that, so I think everybody knows I hate the game called Magic Maze. That's a real-time and you're not supposed to communicate. It freaks me out, Randy. Like, there's this little red gavel thing that you have to like bang on the table when you want the other player to do something because you're not allowed to like say it. I want to burn that thing to a crisp. I'm like, do not bang that thing at me. But
that's a video right there.
Yeah, I'm like,
take that.
If we live played that game, it would be bad. People would see a side of me that you don't want to see it, son. You don't want to see it, daughter. But Kitchen Rush, I don't know if have you played that real-time game, Kitchen Rush?
I haven't. No.
It's adorbs. Love it, but for some reason Randy is able to like completely scope out what's going on in the kitchen and has exactly what you should do. So that is one real-time co-op game where I feel like Randy does see absolutely everything, and because I think he's just managing it before you start the round. So that's the only time I like really interact or like see that in real time. But I will talk about my last game and then we'll wrap it up because it's been been an hour. Like we are Blabby McBlabbertons. On Blab Day in Blabtown. It's cray. All right. I just said a whole lot of words there. This is what we played. I don't know what I'm even saying anymore. My eyes are dilated. Leave me alone.
You're so tired. You're dilated. Like,
I'm so sleepy. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. All right. Let me open this up here. If I can figure it out. There we go. Trajan. Have you played it?
I have not played that. I have not played this. Tell me all about it.
Is quickly becoming one of my favorite games that I go, you know what? You asked me to play this game? Yeah, I'm going to play with you. Oh. So here is the board. And it's a Euro, which is my favorite. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot going on, but it is the most point salad-y mixed salad thing that you can play.
So I love that.
In this game, in this game you have a main guy who's out here. You put him in Italia. And he can travel around from like place to place. And in going into those places, you get to take whatever's in these green little squares. And whatever in those green little squares, it's either going to be a torch, a bread, or what's the other thing? I can't think of it. But basically, they are what the people demand at different points in the game. So if you get to a certain round and we're going to do scoring and the people demand their thing, if you don't have those pieces in front of you, you actually get negative points, which I hate that feeling. I hate getting negative points so much, but there's so many points to be made in this game. It's like impossible to not make up for it. So you have all these different regions here and they all do completely different things. You can go do like set collection things for shipping, the shipping action here. You can get points for doing that. You can get points for having your little guys join you out here on the board and collect these points. You can come in here and build these like little structures that basically it's like a Mancala. Like the main mechanic is a Mancala thing. I'm gonna try to find a picture of that because this doesn't have it. Hold on one second. There we go. All right. Everybody has this little board that's your own. Yeah. So these cute little pieces. Yeah, they sit inside these little bowl things. And when you pick them up, you play it like Mancala. You place them one at a time through the bowls. Wherever you land, that's the action that you get to do. But if you see on the outer rim of this circle, if you land here and you have a pink and a white, you then get this tile action. So there's some strategy in figuring out, what tile you want to place. It is so dang satisfying. Yeah, to figure out. So on this turn right here, if this person moves this blue, into here, he would get to do this thing, but only if he lands on it. So this scenario doesn't actually work for him because you go, oh, the blue's going to be in there, perfect. But he actually has to land in there and have both of those colors in there in order to get that. So just the setup of like, where should I put my colors and like, how do I navigate my own Mancala board is so dang satisfying. There's chaining in this game, which I absolutely love. It's absolutely delicious. And actually, I was just talking to somebody about it who just played it. And we're like, what the heck? Yeah, this game is delish-lish. It's delicious.
I need that quote on the box. It's like
game is
tower
delicious.
approval, whatever, and absolutely delicious by Ellen Kirby.
Ellen raves about Trajan. She says, absolutely delicious. Oh, it's so good. Like, it's point salad. It's got Mancala. There's different like regions you can go to on the board. There's just so much to do. And it can be one of those ones where you spread yourself out too thin. So you really need to like figure out how you want to stack what your next like 2 or 3 turns are going to be. It's just, It's a pure joy. It's pure joy. It's totally Euro. And actually, I've posted about that game twice now since we've had our Instagram. I swear that game gets more likes, comments, shares. Like every time someone plays it, they just they tell me how much they absolutely love it. You can write down Trajan. It's absolutely delicious.
Absolutely delicious.
That's what you can write there. Yeah. So it's super point salady, and like everything you do, I feel like is almost every single thing gets you points. Almost everything you do. It's just so satisfying. It so
looks
fun.
Amazing.
It's totally turned into one of those games that I will not say no to. I'm up for it anytime. Yeah, it's really good.
Play it. I wish we lived closer. Then I could be like, all right, let's go play it. I just want to play right now.
Can you imagine? Our game nights would be so fun. There would be so many Euros and so many dead games. Games about death and Euro. Those would be the 2 games that we play.
Death and Euro. There should be a play.
There should be a Euro game about dead
Euros.
things.
Yeah.
Where's that game? Death and Euros. That should be the name to our show. Death and Euros.
Oh my gosh.
That describes us. Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up just because it's been a really long time. But we love being here with you guys. Thank you so much. Gloryhoundd, tell people where they can find you.
So make sure to go ahead and check us out. It's Gloryhoundd with 2ds.com. Go ahead and go over to our YouTube channel. You should have all the links there and everything that you need to follow us. But we're going to host this show on my channel next week, which I'm really excited about on YouTube. So it will be live again. It will be with lovely Ellen. Okay, lovely Ellen.
There I am. I'm like, I'm not over there.
And we're going to talk about more board games and random stuff that, we like talking about.
I love it. Last week it was throw pillows. This week it was dilated eyes. Like what? You never know what you're going to get when you come here.
Right. It's always so interesting, right? Because you get some like random stuff that happens.
Totally. Yep. I love talking about life stuff. It's great. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I was going to say more, and I have no idea what it is. So have a delicious day, everybody. Yeah. I'm tired. My eyes are dilated. Leave me alone. All right. I'm going to try to end this to see if I can do it. Here we go. Bye, guys.